Xiao Feng, who stayed up late to read novels, ended up wandering into the world of novels in Full-Time Mage. This is a parallel world similar to a blue star, but it does not believe in science, but in magic. Bind the battle order system when awakening magic at the beginning. Note: similar to the battle order of a certain game. Note: completing tasks earns experience, which can increase the level of battle orders. Each level corresponds to an item. Ding. Are you sure you want to purchase the classic war token card? OK. Ding. Congratulations to the host for continuously upgrading to level 30, ding. Your battle order level has been raised to level 75, ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Vermilion Bird Jade Pendant, Stardust Magic Artifact, Control Magic Artifact, or Token Coin *965, Honey *167, Grey Garlic *70. Ding. Grasp the invincible system and see how Xiao Feng works hand in hand with Red Beauty to reach the pinnacle of the world. Keywords of the novel. Full-Time Mage's War Order System with no pop-ups, Full-Time Mage's War Order System TXT Complete Collection Download, latest chapter reading of Full-Time Mage's War Order System. Chapter 1. 1. War Command System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1-1. War Command System September. It's autumn, and it's already past the season for girls to wear short skirts and black stockings. Magic City, Pearl Magic High School, Class 2, Grade 1. In the last row, there is a boy sleeping on his stomach. The boy's clothes were a bit tattered, and there was still dirt on his face that hadn't been washed off. Suddenly, Xiao Feng got up from the table with swift and powerful movements. Xiao Feng, what's wrong with you? I started sleeping as soon as I arrived in class. Today is awakening day. The Mu Nu Jiao sitting in the nearby seat said. She is one of the few people in the class who dares to speak to Xiao Feng. Yeah, what's wrong with you? And your face is still so dirty. Did you do something bad yesterday? Xiao Feng's good friend AI Tutu also joined the discussion. Awakening day. Xiao Feng felt a bit puzzled in his heart, unsure if he had heard the wrong thing. He shook his head vigorously, and suddenly some unfamiliar memories popped up in his mind, making his whole body tremble with excitement. It turned out that he had traveled to the world of Full-Time Mage, a plane parallel to the Blue Star. The person in front of me is the pastoral slave Jiao from the novel, who actually exists in front of him. When he was reading novels, he often fantasized about interacting with her at night. Perhaps too excited, Xiao Feng accidentally touched the hand of Mu Nu Jiao. Her face turned red in an instant, she angrily withdrew her hand and said, "Are you sick?" Then she turned her head. "Hey, Xiao Feng, don't think that if Sister Mu talks to you, you can start touching her." Ada looked at Xiao Feng angrily. Xiao Feng could only smile awkwardly and didn't say anything more. Ada too also turned around and ignored him. At this moment, Xiao Feng began to fall into contemplation. He was originally an ordinary person, living a 996 life every day. In his spare time, he is addicted to the novel Full-Time Mage, and every day after work, besides eating, he is immersed in the world of the novel. He fantasized about the world of magic, hoping to become a powerhouse in the world of Full-Time Mages. However, he suddenly traveled here. Xiao Feng's heart was filled with anticipation and longing. He believes that with his understanding of the novel content, he can definitely gain an advantage in this magical world and become a powerful presence. Just then, a middle-aged man walked into the classroom door. The man walked up to the podium, holding a teaching whip and gently tapping the blackboard. "Hello everyone, I am Wei Suo, your magic mentor. Starting now, I will conduct a awakening ceremony for you and guide you to awaken the legal system. Xiao Feng." Wei Suo found Xiao Feng's name on the roster. The classmates began to discuss one after another. Who is this person? Why have you never heard of him before? Is that the poor boy who always comes first in the exam? I heard he's still an orphan. What's the use of being ranked first in exams? Only by awakening excellent legal systems can we be valued. The students are not very optimistic about Xiao Feng. In the front seat, a wealthy-looking student excitedly clenched his fist and stared at the window seat in the back row. He witnessed Xiao Feng just touching the hand of Mu Nujiao. He was extremely angry because he was also one of the people who pursued the coquettishness of pastoral slaves. Mu Nujiao is a goddess in everyone's hearts, how could she be obtained by that poor boy? He decided to find someone to teach Xiao Feng a lesson. However, Xiao Feng paid no attention to the disdain and ridicule he caused. He knows what they said is not wrong. In this world, he is still an orphan, but Xiao Feng has never felt inferior. He had a confident smile on his face. Xiao Feng, not bad, with the highest score. I hope you can awaken to a strong legal system. Magician Wei Suo glanced at the somewhat embarrassed student without any derogatory intent. In recent years, being able to achieve theoretical first is enough to prove the child's efforts. Thank you, Professor Wei. Xiao Feng nodded, feeling that the mentor was not bad. He was fortunate that he had not encountered the plot of a dog-blood novel that the mentor looked down upon. Even so, relying solely on reading novels, one can definitely thrive in the magical world. With the permission of his mentor, Xiao Feng slowly placed his hands on the suspended awakening stone. The awakening stone appears in the shape of a thick star compass, with a clear palm print. Xiao Feng naturally places his hand into the groove. Suddenly, a starry radiance appeared on the awakening stone, and these radiances slowly extended upwards along Xiao Feng's arm. Ding! Trigger binding conditions, completion rate 1%, 5%, 95%, 100%, ding. The battle command system has been activated. Xiao Feng, who was feeling the stars, seemed to have heard the sound of the system and felt a slight sense of joy in his heart. The system will always be late, but never absent. Then, Xiao Feng remained motionless, his head slightly raised, as if being baptized by the sunlight. The nothingness of the spiritual world gradually gave way to a glimmer of light. Xiao Feng carefully perceived it and suddenly found that a very small speck of stardust appeared in his spiritual world. Purple stardust represents the Thunder series. Red stardust represents the Fire system. The blue starry dust represents the Wind system. Brown starry dust represents the Earth series. Blue starry dust represents the Water system. The golden stardust represents the Light system. White stardust represents Xiao Feng was completely stunned. White. I am a white stardust, yet I am actually a white stardust. The beginning was rocket, which was just against the weather. Puff dot. Suddenly, on the awakening stone, a moonlight white light suddenly appeared. The light grew stronger and brighter, unexpectedly illuminating the classroom like snow. Look at that light. Summoning series. Damn it, this poor boy has awakened the summoning system. A group of girls were discussing, especially A2, who had the loudest voice. Summoning, it's really summoning. It's actually dimensional magic. A2 grabbed the shepherd slave Jiao at his desk and screamed, as if she had awakened. Mu Nujiao looked at him with a little surprise and said to herself, this class is really talented. Xiao Feng remained calm, just a summoning style. If others hear Xiao Feng's voice, that will definitely lead to a vulgar sentence. Lie rough. Nice, it turns out to be a dimensional magic summoning type with extraordinary talent. I think there should have been a summoning type stardust in your spiritual world. You must work hard to cultivate and summon a good summoning beast. Magic mentor Wei Suo's eyes were full of excitement. Being able to awaken dimensional magic in the first series and possessing exceptional talent, it is not a problem to cultivate well and join a prestigious family. Xiao Feng nodded and returned to his seat. A2 immediately turned around and looked at him with a surprised expression. Xiao Feng, I didn't expect you to awaken the summoning system. Do you have any secret? Next, Mu Nugio. As soon as the mentor finished speaking, a woman stood up. Ada too turned his head again to cheer on her pastoral sister. Her stunning beauty and alluring figure immediately caught the attention of her male counterparts. You will definitely be mine. This wealthy young man is Zhou Shuming, and he has been watching her slowly walk towards Jiangtai. How could these descendants of aristocratic families not know this person? They dream of getting this woman. Seeing this, Zhou Shuming detested Xiao Feng even more, and he wished he could teach Xiao Feng a lesson the next second. Puff, on the awakening stone, suddenly, a green light appeared. This scene made the whole class's eyes widen at once. Botanical system. Undoubtedly a goddess of animal husbandry, awakened the botanical system. For a moment, Mu Nugio became the focus of the whole class, beautiful and awakened by white magic, which had already put her ahead of most people. Xiao Feng glanced at Mu Nugio and began to study his golden finger. After carefully studying in his mind for a while, Xiao Feng finally understood the purpose of the system. War Command System. Complete a series of battle order tasks to earn many unexpected rewards, and you can exchange the battle order coins in the rewards for more rewards. Each magic level of the battle order is a cycle, and the host will automatically update when they level up to the next magic level. After the update, the battle order level will be cleared, and the battle order rewards will be replaced. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. Note: if you have an harem and prefer to have a single female lead or no female lead, please refuse to consume it. Also, I would like to support the trouble of raising books. Thank you very much, kid. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The harem stream, you don't like to watch the collection paper, please take a detour, thank you. Main foot. Xiao Feng legal system. Summoning system external cheat. Battle command system current female lead. Mu Nu Jiao, end of this chapter. Chapter 2. 2. War Order Rules. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. War Order Rules. The battle command system is divided into elite version and advanced version. The elite version is the default version enabled by the host. The advanced version requires the host to recharge soft sister coin to purchase an advanced card. Advanced cards are divided into regular advanced cards and collectible advanced cards. The price of a regular advanced card is 80,000 yuan. The price of the advanced card collection is 180,000 yuan. Both advanced cards can receive advanced battle token rewards. And the advanced cards in the collection can directly increase the battle order level by an additional 30 levels and obtain the current level of Stardust magic tools and control magic tools. The higher the level of the battle order, the more rewards you will receive, with the highest level of the battle order being level 200. The battle order tasks are divided into random tasks, monthly tasks, and phase challenges. Random tasks are tasks randomly assigned by the battle command system to the host, which do not gain battle command experience. Often, this random task obtains special items, and so on. The monthly tasks earn less combat experience, but there is no limit to the number of times they can be completed, and they can be completed repeatedly. The stage challenge gains more battle order experience, but the battle order tasks in each stage challenge can only be completed once until the host's magic level is advanced to the next level and refreshed. War Order Redemption refers to the rewards that a host can redeem through War Order coins after receiving War Order rewards. Seeing this, Xiao Feng felt very happy. Isn't the battle command system exactly the same as the mode in the game? The powerful functions are simply indescribable. Just as Xiao Feng gained a strong battle and the system became complacent, the other students in the class were also awakening in an orderly manner. Next. Ada Tuesday. Sitting in front of Xiao Feng, Ada stood up confidently and walked towards the podium. Not bad, botanical. As soon as the class leader finished speaking, the class was filled with excitement, no less enthusiastic than Mu Nujio, who had just awakened her botanical roots. However, most people are not very concerned about what kind of awakening she has, but rather about the temptation of her second largest body cavity. Next. Wind system. Next. Optical system. Teacher, I'm going to the rooftop to sing, Conquer, Don't Pull Me. The student from the Department of Optics said. Next. Water system. Light students, wait for me, I'll go with you. At the beginning of this year, awakening the water and light systems is equivalent to abolishing them in the early stages. One can take a shower, the other can light up, and Xiao Feng sympathizes with these two people. Next. Oh, why has the weather turned dark outside? Lying rough. Shadow style. Oh my goodness, someone in the neighboring class has awakened the shadow department. What's so remarkable about this? Some people in our class have also awakened to the Department of Dimensional Magic. A classmate was clearly a bit suspicious. Without background and resources, one is destined to achieve nothing, Zhou Shuming sneered. The whispers of classmates around him also reached Xiao Feng's ears, and he didn't pay much attention to them. Everything was just a floating cloud in front of the system. Quickly, the class woke up and the magic mentor Wei Suo began his first class. To become a magician, one needs to master 3 steps. Firstly, meditation. Secondly, control. Thirdly, release. Mingxiu. As its name suggests, it refers to a state of focused and contemplative thinking. When you close your eyes, your mind still keeps producing various images and thoughts. However, in the absence of any distractions, if one doesn't think about anything, their mind will become empty and empty. For an awakened magician, when he enters this empty world, corresponding stardust will emerge within it. After completing the class, Professor Wei Suo assigned everyone an assignment to practice meditation in the next 2 months. After school, Xiao Feng returned to his dormitory and began practicing meditation. As a traveler, Xiao Feng inherited his original identity as an orphan. Fortunately, Xiao Feng is a top student, and the school has arranged for him to have a single dormitory. After returning to the dormitory, at the beginning of his meditation, Xiao Feng found it difficult to calm down and always wandered beyond the sky. Sure enough, he felt very excited about his time-traveling identity. So, Xiao Feng opened the battle command system. Suddenly, a blue screen appeared in front of Xiao Feng with a strong sense of technology. The top of the screen prominently displays the 4 words, Battle Command System. On the left column, Information, Rewards, Tasks, and Redemption are displayed in sequence. At this moment, the personal information of the host is displayed on the screen. Host. Xiao Feng Magic Department. Summoning Department, Item. None. After briefly browsing the information, Xiao Feng did not find any problems, so he clicked on the reward column. With Xiao Feng's click, the screen instantly refreshed. His level is displayed in the top corner of the screen. Next, it will be divided into 2 sections. The Elite Edition and the Advanced Edition. Each column lists the reward content corresponding to the corresponding level. Xiao Feng discovered that he had unlocked the first level and was able to claim rewards for that level. The second level reward requires him to accumulate 2,000 experience points. Currently, Xiao Feng has noticed that the experience displayed on the battle command panel is 0. He clicked on the claim button. Ding! Get 20 war token coins. After receiving it, Xiao Feng was pleased to find that the number of battle tokens in the upper right corner had increased from 0 to 20. However, this is not yet the most important. What impressed Xiao Feng even more was that the advanced battle token would also receive an additional Vermilion Bird Jade Pendant and 60 battle token coins. Vermilion Bird Jade Pendant, ah! He was particularly excited at the thought of this treasure. This is a growth-type Stardust magic tool that brings great benefits to magicians in the underworld. In the novel, Mo Fan achieved great success in the initial stage by utilizing the power of the small loach. Xiao Feng once read this novel and possessed this incredible tool, and he felt that he could achieve similar accomplishments as well. However, he realized that the most important thing was to purchase advanced battle orders. The price of a regular advanced card is 80,000, while the price of a collectible advanced card is 180,000. Whether it is 80,000 or 180,000, it is a huge amount for Xiao Feng at present. It seems too early to advance to battle orders now. Xiao Feng continued to click on the taskbar. There are 3 types of tasks in the taskbar, but random tasks are currently not available, so Xiao Feng ignored them and then clicked on daily tasks. 1. Daily meditation gains 188 experience points. 2. Gain experience 188 through daily exercise. 3. Experience 188 gained in daily classes. After carefully examining these tasks, Xiao Feng exclaimed to himself, "This battle command system is really thoughtful, providing a convenient platform for beginners." His gaze moved to the bottom of the task list and was surprised to find that there was also an option for monthly check.in. Without hesitation, Xiao Feng clicked on the check.in button and couldn't wait to claim the check.in reward. Ding! Gain 1000 experience, is it only 1000 experience points? Xiao Feng whispered to himself. In fact, if you purchase a war token advanced card, you can gain 3000 experience points. Xiao Feng's gaze shifted to the right, coinciding with the stage challenge task. This means that as long as Xiao Feng completes each challenge at the initial level, he can gain 4000 experience points. Xiao Feng excitedly thought that after completing the challenge, he could directly advance to 2 levels, which was really great. After thinking for a moment, Xiao Feng eagerly clicked on the stage challenge option. 1. Upgrade the magic department to the 3rd level to gain 4000 experience. 2. Kill 10 demons and gain 4000 experience. 3. Join an organization to gain 4000 experience. 4. Successfully summon a summoning beast to gain 4000 experience. After browsing through the stage tasks, Xiao Feng stated that none of these tasks were difficult. Then, Xiao Feng clicked on the redemption option. This is the part that interests him the most. 2 redeemable treasure chests are displayed on the screen. There are still 4 treasure chests that cannot be exchanged because they need to meet the level requirements of the battle order system. The content of one of the treasure chests caught Xiao Feng's attention. It is a magic-based extraction. That is to say, if lucky, Xiao Feng can draw a magic type through the battle token to give himself special magical abilities. The exchange price is 10 war tokens, and Xiao Feng now has 20 war tokens, which can be drawn twice. Xiao Feng thinks this is really great. He can completely become the god of luck and enter his soul with a single shot. He clicked the purchase button without hesitation. Dong dong dong. Just as Xiao Feng was about to open the treasure chest, a knock came from the dormitory door. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. Popular Science Knowledge 1. Elemental Magic. Including thunder, fire, ice, wind, earth, water, and light, with thunder having only a 1000th chance of awakening in the 1st level. 2. White Magic. Including healing, soul, plant, and blessing, except for the exclusive awakening of the Parthenon Temple, others can also awaken. 3. Black magic. Including shadow, curse, undead, poison, and demon. 4. Dimensional magic. Including summoning, space, sound, and chaos. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. The 7th Star Sub. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. The 7th Star Sub. Are you? Xiao Feng just opened the door and wanted to ask a question when he saw a fist coming up. Xiao Feng was stunned for a moment. To be honest, this was more or less unexpected for him. But it also doesn't affect his strong reaction ability. Backhand closed the door again. Pop. Ah. First was the sound of his fist pounding heavily on the door, and the next second was his mournful cry. Xiao Feng pursed his lips, and when he opened the door again, it was already empty, as if nothing had happened just now. It's inexplicable. Xiao Feng muttered, closed the door, continued to click on the battle order panel, and prepared to open the treasure chest. Ding. Do you want to open the treasure chest? Open. Ding. The war order box is currently being opened, please wait. Ding. Congratulations to the host for gaining 500 experience and the fire magic fruit. Lying rough, here we go. Xiao Feng was also excited when he saw the magic fruit. Magic fruit is a type that a magician can obtain after taking it. Xiao Feng certainly knew its miraculous use and couldn't wait to put the magic fruit into his mouth. The fruit melts upon entry. At this moment, a small patch of red stardust appeared next to the moon-white stardust in the void spiritual world. Xiao Feng was overjoyed. This represents the successful awakening of the fire system. Buddy, there are also people from 2 different departments. Mo Fan's innate dual lineage is also considered a suspense. How did it go? Did you teach me a lesson? Zhou Shuming looked at her younger brother coming back and found that his face was bruised and purple. I want to fight fiercely. Well, the younger brother hesitated a bit, but still told the boss what had just happened. What, you idiot! Zhou Shuming cursed angrily and fell into contemplation. Is it still practicing as a master? It seems that only by practicing magic as soon as possible can we teach him a lesson. Summer has passed and autumn has arrived, and withered yellow leaves have scattered throughout the campus playground. For Xiao Feng, time passed quickly, and 2 months had already passed since his awakening. The most important thing Xiao Feng has done in the past 2 months is to meditate under the shade of trees. Another thing is to listen carefully to theoretical knowledge and exercise every day. During this period, Xiao Feng's battle order level was raised to level 17. The new round of tasks remains the same as before. And the reward for each level is some battle token, no more or no less. However, when he reached level 10, Xiao Feng obtained a magical tool. The Extreme Shadow Boots. The only function is to double the speed. The other rewards are some daily necessities, which help Xiao Feng avoid wasting money on purchases. Why don't I try to control it myself first? Xiao Feng felt that he was already proficient in entering the meditation, so he wanted to start the next step. The second step of magic release is also very simple. After entering the meditation, you will see 7 stars in the starry dust. Use your own spiritual thoughts to control these stars and connect them into a single orbit. So even if magic can be released. Xiao Feng is now trying to control the stars and place them in specific locations. Unfortunately, none of these summoning stars are obedient. It's okay not to touch them. Once you try to communicate with them, they run so fast that it's like eating 500 pounds of food. Nima can't stop at all. After more than a month of practice, Xiao Feng's summoning system can now control 4 stars, and the fire system can also control 2 stars. Even though Xiao Feng has extremely strong talent, controlling the stars is not something that can be accomplished overnight. The battle order level has also been raised to level 25. It is interesting that at level 20 of the war order, the reward was actually a secret book, a seductive secret book. Do you need these yourself? It seems that the vast majority of people can only practice controlling for 1 hour. However, Xiao Feng was able to control for 2 hours, and with his talent and hard work, his progress was already at the forefront. Getting to the pinnacle of life and marrying by Fumei is just around the corner. Sister Mu, you see that Xiao Feng goes to practice under the shade of trees every day after class. I thought he was interested in you from the beginning. Ada too looked at Mu Nujio and said with a smile. Oh, what are you saying? Mu Nujio is very speechless. Since middle school, Xiao Feng has been in the same class as her. Let's get along. I can also be considered a classmate, but on the day of awakening the magic, Xiao Feng suddenly held her hand, catching Mu Nujio off guard. Later on, Xiao Feng was like a different person, work hard. Still working hard, it seems that Xiao Feng hasn't talked much to Mu Nujio in the past 3 months. While Mu Nujio was thinking about something, Ada suddenly grabbed her and heard her anxiously say, Look, it's Xiao Feng coming over. Haha. Marrying by Fumei is just around the corner. Xiao Feng just finished speaking and saw the bewildered expressions on Mu Nujio and Ai Tutu's faces. Xiao Feng thinks the scene of the death of this society is too sudden. But as long as one is not embarrassed, it is others who are embarrassed. So Xiao Feng said calmly, Hello. Hello, When Mu Nujio realized it, Xiao Feng had already left. Sister Mu, this can't be a fake Xiao Feng. Ada too said seriously. Mu Nujio instinctively nodded. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, classes will start on time. The first class is a demon class, and it is the magic mentor Wei Suo who is responsible for teaching the demon class. Xiao Feng arrived early in the class, and the afternoon was already a time for easy sleep. The arrival of the 2 women instantly awakened the boys in the class. On the left is a graceful curve combined with a dark blue JK school uniform, as well as revealing more than half of the snow-white long legs. Paired with sexy stockings, it definitely makes some male compatriots daydream. On the right is the same outfit, which looks silly, but what is astonishing is the grandeur of the second largest body cavity in the local area. With this, he is definitely the dream lover of all male compatriots. This is too deadly. Xiao Feng couldn't help but feel that it was almost winter. Isn't it cold to wear it this way? They sat back in their seats, and Mentor Wei Suo had already begun to talk about his course with a lively expression on his face. One-eyed demon wolf, this is a type of demon that inhabits the wilderness area closest to human cities. In Bo City, I don't know if you have heard of it. The recent occurrence of a blue alert is caused by the proliferation of one-eyed magic wolves. After Mentor Wei Suo finished speaking, the students under the podium also began to discuss. Basically, it's all about discussing the aftermath of this crisis. However, Mu Nujio didn't know where she heard the news from. She carefully reminded Xiao Feng, you should be careful with Zhou Shuming recently. I heard that they are already planning how to teach you a lesson. She knew that it was all because of herself, and Zhou Shuming had been liking her for quite some time now. Anyone who interacts with the pastoral slave will have no good ending. Anyway, Zhou Shuming has only one attitude. What he didn't get, no one can expect it. It's okay, let them come. Xiao Feng gave a rare glance at Mu Nujio. Xin said that this girl reminds herself that she is indeed a kind girl like in the novel. The semester ended quickly, and Xiao Feng successfully controlled the 7th star. It has to be said that controlling is even more difficult than serving a goddess, with day and night greetings and communication. At least serving the goddess only takes 1 step. Hangcheng, Lingyin Trial Association. A bearded old man had a somewhat solemn expression. After receiving the encrypted message, he immediately convened a round-table meeting of judges under his command. In Bo City and Mo-Do, there seems to be suspicious people. Who wants to take on this task? The judges gathered around the round table looked at each other. I'll go. The first person to stand up was a woman who had just joined the trial committee and is now considered a probationary judge. Tang Yu, okay, you're in charge of the butchering area. Then you'll go to Tianlon Magic High School as a practical teacher and investigate. This old man is Tang Zhong. When he saw his niece, he immediately assigned tasks. Mo do, then I'll do it. Another woman spoke out, her voice strong and powerful, making her one of the stronger judges among them. Leng Qing, I feel more at ease if you go. Then go to Mingzhu Magic High School and become a practical teacher. Okay. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. Popular Science Knowledge 2-1. Star Child, Apprentice. Awakening the 7 stars in the mind and communicating with them too. Orbit, Elementary. Connecting 7 stars in the spiritual world to form an orbit 3. Star Map, Medium Level. Drawing 7 star orbits into a star map, the 6-pointed star appears at the bottom of the feat 4. Constellation, Advanced. 7 star maps are combined to form a constellation, surrounding the Mage, Dazzling and Dazzling 5. Star Palace, Super Level. 7 constellations are built into one star palace, and the huge star palace shines on the sky of the city, shaking the entire city with a destructive atmosphere 6. Starry Phenomenon, Forbidden Curse. The 7 halls and star palaces converge into a square of stars, and the entire starry sky is filled with a torrent of stars. The power of taboos tears apart the space as if it is on the brink of doom, and all things hold their breath as if welcoming the end, shaking the heavens and earth with power. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Dimensional Summoning. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 5. The Power of Dragons and Bears. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. The Power of Dragons and Bears. Zhou Shuming. This is a student from Xiao Feng's class. I don't seem to have any interaction with him. How could he trouble himself for no reason? It seems that Mu Nu Jiao has reminded herself before that someone will be causing trouble for her in the near future. Thinking of this, Xiao Feng looked seriously at the little thug lying down underground, howling. The little thug thought that Xiao Feng still had to deal with them, and he was scared out of his mind. Some people had already started urinating. It's really unlucky, look at that cowardly person. You guys go away. Xiao Feng didn't want to see them again. In fact, even Xiao Feng didn't expect his casual punch to be so big. It's also okay, there were no fatalities. Otherwise, the situation would really escalate. Yes, we're going. The little thug nodded and bowed. Wait. Xiao Feng stopped them again and said, remember to tell Zhou Shuming that he has the ability to come by himself, and I'll be there anytime. The little thug nodded like pounding garlic, afraid of being scolded by this terrible guy again. Xiao Feng nodded and walked away gracefully. These grandsons deserve to be beaten, and Xiao Feng can be considered as a lesson for the virtuous women. Who knows how many heinous things they have done. What else is that, Zhou Shuming? If you don't agree, just come and see if it's up to you or if you can laugh until the end. Xiao Feng arrived at a place that looked desolate and deserted, surrounded by abandoned construction sites and abandoned buildings. Finding a place, Xiao Feng closed his eyes and once again depicted the summoning star child. The second depiction of summoning stars is smoother compared to the first depiction of being unfamiliar and consuming magical energy. The summoning star dust appears transparent, with occasional moonlight shining as Xiao Feng arranges the 7 stars in an orderly manner. The white orbit of the moon accompanies Xiao Feng. Next, slowly tear open a crack leading to another plane in the space ahead. As Xiao Feng's thoughts moved, the dragon bear, imprinted with the spirit of Xiao Feng, cautiously and strangely poked its head out of it. When it saw Xiao Feng, its eyes lit up and it walked straight to his side, with its brown pupils staring straight at him. It seems like saying, "Boss, I want to eat honey." Xiao Feng looked at the dragon bear with a mix of tears and laughter, and immediately gave it a new nickname. Xiong Air. This nickname is perfect for him. Look at his character and his eating demeanor. Immediately, Xiao Feng asked directly, "Xiong Air, besides being able to fly, do you have any special abilities?" Ow! Long Xiong, who was staring directly at Xiao Feng, was taken aback. Shouldn't he be given honey? "Master, I want to eat honey." "If you eat, you know how to eat. If you don't mention your special abilities, you won't have any food in the future," Xiao Feng said angrily. Ow! The dragon and bear immediately agreed, without honey to eat, how will it survive in the future? However, does it still have an issue? What is a special ability? It's just your strength, show it off, Xiao Feng continued. Ow! In order to eat honey as soon as possible, the dragon and bear also fought hard. Then, the dragon bear flapped its wings and flew up. Its eyes swept over an abandoned building and rushed over, landing hard from the sky and pressing directly onto the roof. Boom boom. The dragon and bear descended from the sky and easily collapsed this large area of houses. Xiao Feng's mouth twitched as he saw the dragon and bear's movements. This is the so-called Taishan mountain. And the dragon bear seemed to want to eat more honey and show its strength. With the stirring of its wings, it leaped up, and the next second, the dragon bear landed again, and the ground was hard torn into a big pit by it. Xiao Feng looked at this place, which was already in a mess, and felt a slight sigh. He is truly the king of destruction. Does it have the power of an advanced stage just when the mountain tops? While Xiao Feng sighed, the dragon bear hurriedly walked over to Xiao Feng's side, and the ground was trembling with its body shape. His brown pupils stared straight at Xiao Feng. It seems like saying again, "Boss, I want to eat honey." Okay. Here's honey for you." Xiao Feng took out 2 cans of honey from the system space and handed them to Long Xiong, feeling speechless. "Xiong Air, what realm are you in?" Ow! Dragon Bear stated that it is definitely not as strong as the leader. A pleasing attitude. Xiao Feng was speechless and took out another jar of honey, saying, "Honestly explain your strength, this is yours." Ow! The dragon and bear immediately lit up their eyes and finally revealed their strength. "Damn it, there's no advanced stage, so what are you dragging?" Xiao Feng returned the dragon bear chariot to the summoning plane and rushed towards the dormitory. Xiao Feng had just planned to return and practice fire magic. In the end, summoning beasts had a place to settle, and Xiao Feng was not in a hurry to continue his cultivation. The dragon bear is now in its infancy, but its power today is comparable to that of advanced demons. If possible, feed a few more cans of honey, and perhaps the dragon and bear will grow to a new height. Honey is a reward obtained at the level of the battle command system, specifically for feeding summoning beasts. When Xiao Feng returned to the dormitory and practiced control in his usual way, he immediately felt dizzy. This feeling is like continuously comforting oneself for a day and a night. What is the situation with Nima? Is it because I used dimensional summoning twice today, and the excessive consumption of summoning magic energy caused me to be extremely mentally exhausted? Can't even control the fire system. Indeed, practicing 2 departments at the same time is not enough for one's spirit. Forget it, hurry up and get some sleep, or you'll really be hanging up. Nested in the room, slept until noon. Due to being on vacation, the entire corridor is quiet. Xiao Feng got up from the bed, his whole body full of energy. Skillfully entering the state of meditation, Xiao Feng discovered that the stardust had fully restored its usual radiance. This means that Xiao Feng can continue to cultivate. Xiao Feng made some small plans for his next meditation time. Given that there are still about 5 months left for the annual assessment, Xiao Feng plans to allocate the next 10 hours of meditation time he can afford each day, including 8 hours for fire cultivation and 2 hours for summoning cultivation. In this way, during the assessment, the fire system can also be successfully released. A winter vacation quietly passed by, and in the past 2 months, Xiao Feng has devoted himself to meditation, and the fire system can now master the 6th star. The battle order level has been raised to level 44, which made Xiao Feng somewhat hopeful that the level 45 system will reward a special magic tool. Magic storage. Simply put, high-level magic can store 3, mid-level magic can store 6, and beginner magic can store 12. Xiao Feng couldn't help but marvel at the magic of this battle command system. This kind of treasure is simply top-notch. Think about how wonderful it is to have an extra skill when killing demons or fighting enemies. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. 6. New female teacher, Leng Qing. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. New female teacher, Leng Qing. Today is March 1st, the day of the start of school, and also the day when the battle order tasks are refreshed. Early in the morning, Xiao Feng couldn't wait to open the battle order panel and click sign in. Ding. Gain 1000 experience, ding. Your battle order level has been raised to level 45, ding. Obtain magic storage. Xiao Feng took out the magic memory from the system space and played with it in his hand. This magical memory has the appearance of a watch. However, these are not important, mainly because of its powerful function, which can store 12 beginner magic. That is to say, if Xiao Feng wants to use the basic magic of the botanical system, so just copy the magic released by the Mu Nu Jiao. Thinking of this, Xiao Feng couldn't help but show a satisfied smile on his face. Xiao Feng put his watch on his left wrist and had a beautiful breakfast, preparing to welcome the arrival of the new semester. Excitedly entering the class, Xiao Feng sat in the last row as usual. Mu Nujio and Ai Tutu have already arrived, but they are whispering to each other. Sister Mu, I heard a while ago that there was a demon in the old city area. That demon suddenly shattered an abandoned building, it was so scary. Is there such a thing? Aha. Their conversation was listened to by Xiao Feng, who said, maybe it was the dragon bear experiment that caused the noise some time ago. It seems that at that time, the dragon bear was just a towering mountain that dried up the uncompleted residential buildings. Thinking about things, suddenly the noisy class became much quieter. Xiao Feng couldn't help but wonder, it's not class time yet. Why is everything quiet now? What's wrong with everyone? Good morning, classmates. Your magic mentor Wei Suo is on leave for something. Starting today, I will be your magic mentor. My name is Leng Qing. A cold voice came in. What caught the eye was a tall and slender imperial sister. That is a curvaceous and exquisitely crafted figure, with an exquisite face and a cold and proud aura that is no less impressive than all women. In addition, she is dressed in a tight blue suit and steps on black leather boots, giving off a unique beauty. Xiao Feng was a bit stunned. You should know, he is currently in a stage of vigorous hormone growth. This is such a beauty, how can it not excite Xiao Feng? Not only Xiao Feng was shocked, but the other students were also full of spring light. Even if some wealthy children have seen the big picture, this is definitely the best of the best. The whole morning was filled with substitute classes by Leng Qing, to the extent that the students listened attentively. Anyway, Xiao Feng is devoted to studying and is definitely not an animal that thinks in the lower body. In summary, next time I will definitely not wear such tight pants to class. Not all creatures can overcome obstacles like ivy and continue to grow. Be calm, peaceful, and focused. At this moment, Leng Qing stands on the playground, patiently teaching each student the key points of magic release. Remember, after completing the arrangement of stars, you must not relax your spirit and immediately lock in the position where you release. Xiao Feng, please wipe your saliva, I don't understand. Sister Mu is no better than her mentor, as for not. AI Tutu nervously pushed Xiao Feng beside her. Tutu, what are you talking about? Mu Nu Jiao said with a hint of shyness. Tutu revealed his little tiger teeth instead, with a smiling expression on his face. Oh, you're right. Xiao Feng just realized. The kid who's talking, step up. Upon hearing this, Xiao Feng was taken aback for a moment, as Leng Qing's gaze was fixed on him. Don't look, it's you. Leng Qing reminded again. Good. Xiao Feng agreed and walked towards the challenge stage, facing the envious and jealous gaze of the students. Okay, don't move there. Upon hearing this, Xiao Feng was a bit puzzled as to what the mentor wanted to do, but his body was still very honest and he stood obediently in place. Okay, next, I'll demonstrate magic to everyone. That majestic voice came once again. Earth waves. Move. A brown star trajectory appeared around Master Leng Qing, and it was clearly released toward Xiao Feng. The originally flat ground suddenly wrinkled and began to shake strangely, causing Xiao Feng, who was standing in place, to tilt noticeably. Lying rough. Xiao Feng is called a sweat. In a moment of urgency, Xiao Feng stored the magic of earthwave movement in his watch, and only one of the 12 scales lit up, indicating that he had successfully stored the magic of cold Qing. Of course, others can't see anything, they just saw Xiao Feng touch his watch. Cold Qing quickly withdrew the magic, and the ground wrinkled and quickly recovered. However, what puzzled Leng Qing was that the student had withstood the intensity of the earth waves and looked very happy. Of course, Leng Qing didn't know that Xiao Feng was happy because he had stored a magic. Other students are not as complicated as they are in their hearts. Anyone who sees the earth magic released by Leng Qing looks surprised. Just now, the speed of depicting the stars impressed everyone. Okay, thank you to this classmate. You can go back now. Xiao Feng glanced at Leng Qing and nodded, but he felt his heart pounding. Seeing Leng Qing's appearance up close gave Xiao Feng a feeling of love. Strength and beauty coexist, probably the dream lover of most people. Alright, I heard there is a student from the Awakening Summoning Department in our class, let me remember. Leng Qing didn't consider what the student was like and continued his lecture. Everyone was taken aback at the words and looked at Xiao Feng, who had just returned to the team, with a jealous expression on his face. Among them, Zhou Shuming's eyes kept looking at Xiao Feng and never shifted their gaze. Why, did I remember wrong? Isn't the summoning department from this class? Cold Qing glanced around and found that no one raised their hand. His voice was cold and he said. Master Leng, it's him. Ada casually pointed at Xiao Feng. Well, it's you. Teacher Leng Qing's gaze swept over. That's right, my name is Xiao Feng. Xiao Feng regained his senses and walked out of the crowd. Teacher Leng Qing's sharp gaze fell on Xiao Feng, and as she probed Xiao Feng's breath, her lips couldn't help but open. Well, Xiao Feng, come to my office after class, said Professor Leng Qing seriously as he looked at Xiao Feng. I understand, Master Leng Qing. Xiao Feng nodded. In fact, Xiao Feng is also aware of her purpose in calling herself. With Xiao Feng's cultivation, the wizard's aura will increase again. It must be that Cold Qing has already discovered her strength. I believe everyone is clear about the annual assessment, but I won't mention this point. I will only say one thing now. Students ranked in the top 50 can enter the top class. When Xiao Feng returned to the team, Leng Qing said to everyone. So, Professor Leng Qing, will you teach everyone in the top class? A male student asked. Well, no surprise, I will serve as the magic mentor for the top class, Leng Qing nodded slightly. Mentor, I will definitely double my efforts. Master Leng Qing, I will also hang out with you in the future. Master Leng Qing, if possible, I can cut off my own arms. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. 7. Borrowing money from a mentor. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. Borrowing money from a mentor. Well, come on, when any of you can fully control the 7 stars, you can also go to the office to find me, said Leng Qing with a meaningful look at Xiao Feng. The class suddenly heard a howl of wolves. Without him, everyone wants to have the opportunity to start a small business and have in-depth communication with the teacher. The course ended happily like this. Following Leng Qing to her office, Xiao Feng realized that Leng Qing was in a separate office. The dark environment, lonely men and widows, tsk. Cough, calm down, how can one daydream in such a sacred office? Don't be constrained, sit casually. Leng Qing poured a glass of water and handed it to Xiao Feng. Xiao Feng took the water and instead sat on the nearby sofa, looking left and right, as if admiring something. Have you successfully mastered the dimensional summoning? Said Leng Qing with some disbelief. I would. Cough, of course. Xiao Feng regained his senses and awkwardly said. You have awakened for less than half a year, and as far as I know, even the most talented people need nearly a year to complete the release of their basic skills, said Leng Qing as he looked at Xiao Feng. Her meaning can't be more obvious. As a student without a background, how did you cultivate so quickly? This is clearly a problem. Xiao Feng was stunned for a moment. In fact, he is also curious about this question. He doesn't have any Stardust magic tools or auxiliary resources, how did he cultivate so quickly? Seeing Xiao Feng silent, Leng Qing frowned and said, Xiao Feng, to be honest with your mentor, have you learned some bad spells? Cold Qing's beautiful eyes kept staring at Xiao Feng, trying to find the answer from his expression. Master Leng Qing, actually, I also want to know why I cultivate so quickly. This question has been bothering me for a long time. Master, do you know what the situation is? Xiao Feng spoke his true words, and he also wanted to understand why his cultivation was so fast. Leng Qing carefully observed for a long time, and Xiao Feng did not lie. As a member of the 3rd Department's Awakening Mind Department, she could easily tell if she was lying. After thinking for a long time, Leng Qing suddenly spoke up and said, I think you must have awakened some kind of talent. Talent. Xiao Feng was stunned for a moment and said, is the cultivation speed still related to talent? Cold Qing nodded and continued, you are naturally gifted, you are naturally faster than others in terms of cultivation speed. By explaining it this way, Xiao Feng can be considered clear. How to say this talent? It's quite strong, right? After purchasing the advanced collection card to enhance the battle order and obtain the Stardust magic weapon, the cultivation speed cannot take off. Can you talk about your summoning beast? Don't worry, it's okay if you don't want to say it, said Cold Qing again. Dragon bear. Xiao Feng replied, but he had no intention of hiding it. Dragon bear. Cold Qing was shocked. If Xiao Feng's cultivation speed was fast just now, it also needed to be established in a resource-rich situation. However, if he could summon Dragon Bear, then this magician's future achievements would be limitless. Dragon Bear, what do you say? This kind of creature has a high bloodline and is easy to feed. As long as the magician is not foolish, it is easy for the leader level, even the monarch level. However, the key is that Xiao Feng's talent is also very strong, and even Cold Qing plans to throw an olive branch. What's wrong? Master Leng Qing. Xiao Feng asked, somewhat puzzled. Are you so excited? If in the future, the Knight Rakshasa rewards from the contract war order. So she found out, didn't she? How rich the expressions are. Xiao Feng, do you know about the trial? Cold Qing calmed down and looked at Xiao Feng seriously. The trial meeting is a magician specialized in handling crimes, Xiao Feng thought for a moment and said, not understanding what Master Leng would ask. Well, that's right. It's responsible for adjudicating heretics, chasing and arresting criminal mages. So, what are your plans in the future? Asked Leng Qing. Xiao Feng immediately realized that Master Leng Qing wanted Xiao Feng to join the trial. The trial is indeed good, both in terms of status and resources. However, Xiao Fengji is not here. Of course, Xiao Feng also has a battle command system and resources are not lacking, so there is no need to join this organization. Thinking of this, Xiao Feng shook his head and refused directly. Leng Qing looked at Xiao Feng in confusion. Before she could even say the invitation, Xiao Feng refused. This was a bit too straightforward. However, Leng Qing didn't care and then said, your talent is good, but no matter how good your talent is, without resources, your future growth will be very difficult. I hope you think carefully again. Forget it, don't rush to tell me how you choose. If you have any questions about summoning, feel free to contact me at any time. After hearing this, Xiao Feng smiled meaningfully. However, his answer was still very serious. Teacher Leng Qing, is it really possible at any time? Of course, remember, this is my phone number. Teacher Leng Qing, I have a small request, can you fulfill it? Remembering the number, Xiao Feng immediately looked pitifully at Leng Qing. What's going on? Leng Qing showed confusion. Master Leng Qing, can you lend me 180,000 yuan? Don't worry, I will definitely repay you in the future, Xiao Feng said hastily. Well, Leng Qing was taken aback for a moment. She didn't expect Xiao Feng's request to be a loan of money. Although this amount of money didn't seem like much to Leng Qing, he was a beginner wizard and asked for it. Then he spoke up and said, money, the mentor can lend you, but you need to say what you want with this money. Upon hearing this, Xiao Feng was dumbfounded. Can he say that he purchased the Supreme War Token card to enhance his War Token? This is obviously impossible. After thinking about it for a moment, Xiao Feng said, Master Leng Qing, you are truly beautiful, charming, with beautiful national colors and heavenly fragrance, bright eyes and white teeth, and a light sweep of a Mei. Okay, just your sweet mouth, I'll lend it to you. Leng Qing shook her head somewhat helplessly. Teacher Leng Qing, you're so kind. Xiao Feng smiled after receiving the payment information. Okay, is there anything else? If there's nothing else, you can leave. Mentor Leng Qing directly ordered to leave. There's one more thing, Xiao Feng quickly said again. Speak up. It's Master Leng Qing, the magic you unleashed today is too strong. I admire you too much, just like the Yellow River flooding uncontrollably. What do you want to say? Can you show me your magic again? Come with me. Xiao Feng came to the playground and watched as Leng Qing demonstrated his magic. Xiao Feng successfully stored the soil system again, and the ground waves were slow and collapsed. Afterwards, under the influence of Xiao Feng's ups and downs, the wind system was stored from Leng Qing again, with wind tracks racing, wind tracks flickering, and wind tracks drifting. Watching the watch successfully light up 6 logos, I left with satisfaction. After Xiao Feng left, Leng Qing also rushed towards his way home and casually said, "I don't learn well at a young age." How could a student be so open and upright? A pair of sneaky eyes kept staring at the local area of her second largest body cavity. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Natural Talent. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. Natural Talent. Returning to the dormitory, Xiao Feng felt a bit regretful. If we could have a more in-depth communication, it would definitely be very exciting, but Xiao Feng also knows how to stop at a moderate level. The most important thing right now is to enhance the battle order. Recharge 180000 immediately into the battle command system. Click to purchase the collector's war token card. Ding. Are you sure you want to purchase the classic war token card? OK. Ding. Congratulations to the host for continuously upgrading to level 30, ding. Your battle order level has been raised to level 75, ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Vermilion Bird Jade Pendant, Stardust Magic Artifact, Control Magic Artifact, or Token Coin *965, Honey *167, Grey Garlic *70. As soon as Xiao Feng raised the battle order, the reward suddenly appeared. Xiao Feng is an excited point on the battle order panel. War order level. LV 75 balance of war token. 1980 items. Vermilion Bird Jade Pendant, Stardust Magic Tool, Control Magic Tool, Extreme Shadow Boots, Honey *205, Grey Garlic *80, Sexy Girl Secret Script. Seeing the balance of the battle token card, Xiao Feng couldn't help but laugh. Just the battle token, Xiao Feng felt that he could withdraw some good things. Immediately after, Xiao Feng clicked on the exchange column again. It can be found that several treasure chests have been unlocked. Magic Exchange Treasure Chest. Talent Exchange Treasure Chest. Magic Tool Exchange Treasure Chest. Medicine Exchange Treasure Chest. A treasure chest for exchanging cultivation resources. Spirit Seed Exchange Chest. Looking at the unlocked treasure chest, Xiao Feng's hand felt a bit itchy. If it were anyone who wanted to open the treasure chest, it would be like everyone else. Just exchanging spirit seeds for treasure chests is tempting enough, but it requires luck. Perhaps purchasing one can unlock top-quality spirit seeds, or even if the battle token coins are depleted, it cannot unlock good items. Spirit seeds are something that only mid-level mages need. Currently, it seems that Xiao Feng's only exchange target is the Talent Exchange Treasure Chest. Click on the detailed introduction of the treasure chest, and Xiao Feng sees that the ultimate reward is a natural devouring seed. At the sight of being born to devour seeds, Xiao Feng was overjoyed. This talent can be said to be too incredible. Both the innate spirit seed and the innate soul seed are younger brothers in front of it, mainly because this talent can continuously devour the spirit seed and improve its quality, without any limit. And during the process of devouring, it can inherit the attributes of a certain spirit or soul species. Good talent, definitely good talent. Xiao Feng nodded to himself and began to think about how to draw the talent 100%. Xiao Feng doesn't believe in anything like the possession of the European Emperor. It must be a benefit of the system for the first time to release the fire magic fruit. After all, being a beginner is the same as playing games. As a beginner, the system will match you with a human-machine or a vegetable chicken to give you a great experience. Opening this treasure chest actually makes sense. Xiao Feng has been using the battle order system for over half a year now, so there's no reason why he would be able to enter his soul at once. It is necessary for Xiao Feng to learn the textbook on opening treasure chests online. The probability of opening a treasure box or several treasure boxes together is actually relatively low, but if we can open dozens of treasure boxes together, this probability will secretly increase, and so on. Or it could be opening one treasure chest in the first place, two treasure chests in the second place, and so on. Seeing these teaching tutorials, Xiao Feng is still quite speechless. What do you say? What they said makes sense, right? Xiao Feng also operated this way when playing games before crossing the border. Unfortunately, there is not a single penny left, and besides offering experience, there is nothing good about it. Forget it, let's settle for it. Xiao Feng sighed as he purchased all the 1980 war token coins as a talent treasure chest and prepared to open it. Just about to shout. Golden Legend. A burst of phone ringing disrupted Xiao Feng's thoughts. Teacher Leng Qing, how did she call herself? Did she say, Sai He He. Xiao Feng saw that the electrical display was cold green, and his thoughts sprouted at this moment. He immediately pressed the answer button. However, she didn't follow the movie routine and instead asked about things in the old city area, which made Xiao Feng feel a bit frustrated. I thought it was an immediate benefit. I still overthink it myself. Xiao Feng muttered unconsciously, making a fuss for half a day is about the demons in the old city area. Xiao Feng, what are you talking about? What are you thinking about? On the other side, Leng Qing didn't know what cultural matters Xiao Feng was thinking about. Hearing Xiao Feng's silence, he was puzzled and asked. Ah, Master Leng Qing, I'm trying out my dragon bear power in the old city area. I didn't expect its power to be so powerful. I think you'll know what's going on in the future. So that's it, okay, that's it then. Wait, Master Leng Qing, that's it. It's gone, please rest well. There's still class tomorrow. Goodbye. Looking at the prompt screen of teacher Leng Qing hanging up the phone, and then looking at the time, it was already 10 p.m., and Xiao Feng fell into deep thought. Perhaps Professor Leng Qing is currently working, or she has already taken off her clothes and is ready to sleep. Ah, I don't want to do so much anymore. The gap between me and her is not even a drop in the bucket. Working hard to cultivate is the most important thing. Xiao Feng spoke frankly and began looking at the screen of the treasure chest, saying. Master of the war order system, you must give me some strength. My future happiness depends entirely on you. Perhaps the battle order system heard what Xiao Feng said. When Xiao Feng opened all the battle order treasure chests, the innate talent of devouring seeds really appeared in Xiao Feng's eyes. Ding. Acquire talent. Born swallowing seed, ding. Gain experience of 6,845, ding. Your battle order level has been raised to level 78, nice, I knew I could get it. Hot air swept over the city with the sea level, followed by the scorching summer sun. Many beautiful girls have already changed into small vests and short skirts, adding a beautiful scenery to Mingzhu Magic High School. For Xiao Feng, time passed quickly and it was almost time for the annual assessment. With the cultivation bonus of the Vermilion Bird Jade Pendant and Xiao Feng's own talent, the summoning system has perfectly cultivated to the second level. Even Xiao Feng's fire system has been cultivated to the second level. Of course, it was the Vermilion Bird Jade Pendant that devoured the Stardust magic artifact, improving the quality of the Jade Pendant. During the past 6 months, Xiao Feng has not been practicing every day. Occasionally, he chats with Mu Nugio and AI Tutu to discuss the achievements of his cultivation. Or consult with Master Leng Qing about cultivation issues. However, Master Leng Qing always kicked Xiao Feng out. Leng Qing said that this is a problematic student, and as the student asked, he made vulgar jokes. Leng Qing is already a big sister in her 20s, how could she be interested in a younger brother who is 17 years old and not yet an adult? If it weren't for Leng Qing feeling that this was a material that could be made, he probably would have wanted to slap him in the face. Xiao Feng feels a bit regretful. What's wrong with teacher-student relationships? Don't you have the right to pursue love? Xiao Feng didn't understand, but it seems that she still hasn't seen her own strength. Otherwise, TSK. Let's work hard to cultivate. Come out first in the annual assessment and see what she says. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. 9. Annual Assessment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Annual Assessment in Zhou's Manor. Zhou Shuming specifically sat on the sofa wearing a branded outfit. Sitting opposite him was an elderly middle-aged man. The middle-aged man said, "Shuming, you must perform well today. You should know that our Zhou family allocates some cultivation resources to young children every year, and the allocation of these resources depends on the annual assessment results. If you win first place in this exam, the family will also focus on training." The middle-aged man speaking is named Zhou Guosheng, a board member of Mingzhu Magic High School. Today's annual assessment is personally presided over by him. Zhou Shuming is also his nephew, and Zhou Guosheng certainly hopes that Zhou Shuming can achieve good results. "Uncle, I am already able to perfectly unleash fire magic, but there is a kid from the awakening summoning style who is very eye-catching," Zhou Shuming said indignantly. "Didn't you find a few thugs to educate him? What's wrong, is he still entangled with the pastoral slave Jiao?" Zhou Guosheng said. "When it comes to this, I'm angry. That kid is too strong, and those thugs are not opponents. They even made bold promises to me to wait," Zhou Shuming said with added fuel and vinegar. After saying these words, Zhou Guosheng remembered something. His eyes turned and he asked in a low voice, "Do you want uncle to do something wrong during the assessment? He is a commoner mage who dares not make mistakes. Uncle, you still understand me, you can do whatever you want." Zhou Shuming felt relieved, and it seemed that his grades would plummet, so his own grades would definitely be at the top of the list. At this moment, Zhou Guosheng's half-squinted eyes were like a noble and elegant old fox. On the first day, all the tests were theoretical. The next day, I took the practical exam. Upon arriving at the class, Xiao Feng consciously searched for his seat number. The seat numbers are scrambled, and the students from 20 classes are randomly sorted. Xiao Feng drew his seat number, which is number 7. When he arrived at seat 7. In seat 8 sat a man with slightly scalded curly half-long hair, a standard prince's face in fairy tales, and a plain white simple sportswear. Xiao Feng looked at the student with foam in his mouth, and silently scolded in his heart. "Grass, this good's almost handsome me." After sitting down, I only heard the person behind me say, "Classmate, you look very familiar. Let me introduce myself. My name is Zhao Manyan, and I come from the Department of Optics." Xiao Feng turned his head and his smile was warm, looking very friendly. He didn't feel at all how shameful it was to awaken the light system. When he heard Zhao Menyan's 3 words, Xiao Feng was stunned for a moment. He seemed to be the man who sowed the world. "Huh, classmate, I'm Xiao Feng from the summoning department." Xiao Feng looked at Zhao Manyan and smiled. "What, you're Xiao Feng from the same class as Mu Nujio?" Zhao Manyan said in shock. He has also heard of Xiao Feng, and it is said that he has awakened to the summoning system, making him an amazing cow coin. The key is that he is actually in the same class as Mu Nujio. Every descendant of a noble family will be aware of the beauty of the daughter of the pastoral family, who is a coveted beauty. Zhao Manyan is also one of them. His purpose of coming to this school is for the sake of Mu Nujiao. Rumors have it that Xiao Feng and Mu Nujiao are not clear. When school started, Xiao Feng even held Mu Nujiao's hand. Now that Xiao Feng is ahead, how can we not shock Zhao Manyan? Soon, the exam will begin. Xiao Feng glanced at the exam paper in front of him and came to the conclusion that it was too simple. It's like doing 1 + 1, recalling memories in your mind. 10 minutes later, complete the answer. Without any hesitation, Xiao Feng raised his hand and handed over the paper. Zhou Guosheng, who was invigilating, was immediately stunned when he saw Xiao Feng handing in his paper, with a hint of surprise in his eyes. Isn't he a good learner? Why are you submitting your paper so quickly? Or do you just give up by randomly answering questions? Zhou Guosheng withdrew his gaze expressionlessly and glanced at his paper, where a dense array of answers came into view. Correct. All correct. This is something Zhou Guosheng dare not imagine. How did he actually achieve it? In an instant, a hint of malice flashed in his eyes. Quickly, a morning passed and the magic theory test paper was finished. The results came out quickly, with Xiao Feng scoring 299 out of a total of 300 points in the 3 subjects. Surprisingly, Zhou Shuming achieved a perfect score. Of course, Mu Nujiao also achieved a perfect score, but what surprised her was why Xiao Feng, who had been a top student for several times, only scored 299 points this time. It's not surprising that Mu Nujiao was surprised. Since middle school, Mu Nujiao has been in the same class as Xiao Feng, and it's common for her to get a perfect score when she comes back. If Xiao Feng doesn't get a perfect score, that's abnormal. Xiao Feng, what happened to you today, your grades? After school at noon, Mu Nujiao rarely met Xiao Feng and asked. They finished the exam and only prepared to eat after knowing their scores. Xiao Feng was different. He handed in his papers early and had just finished his meal before returning to his dormitory. Seeing Mu Nujiao coming alone, Xiao Feng looked at her carefully and smiled. Hello, Miss Mu. Of course, the score is full. Is there any problem? Didn't you see the grades? You're 299, that's right. People like you don't need to look at grades, said Mu Nujiao. 299, what's the situation? Don't be joking, I'll give you a perfect score when I get back. You're not confused, Xiao Feng joked. Mu Nujiao was a bit speechless, took out her phone and handed it to Xiao Feng, saying, look at the ranking, you're 299. Who is the first one? Xiao Feng glanced and asked again. Didn't you see it? It's Zhou Shuming and me, said Mu Nujiao. Zhou Shuming. Xiao Feng was stunned for a moment. It seemed that this person had started beating him up with thugs half a year ago. Zhou Shuming hadn't been in trouble for a long time, and Xiao Feng almost forgot about this person. I'm going to go talk to the principal about it. No wonder Xiao Feng is so excited, mainly because the task he refreshed this month is to win first place in the annual assessment, with a reward of 4,000 combat experience. And there are no learning or exercise tasks this month, only this one. If you miss the experience because of this point, it will be too painful. Another point is that Xiao Feng's current battle order is level 78, and completing tasks can upgrade him to level 80. The reward of level 80 is the contract beast. Night Rakshasa. Xiao Feng has been envious of it for a long time. I suggest you give up. The person in charge of this assessment is Zhou Guosheng, who is Zhou Shuming's uncle. If you are not careless, I believe the score will be changed by Zhou Guosheng. Mu Nujiao looked at Xiao Feng seriously and said. It's impossible, I didn't do anything out of line, why? Xiao Feng was a bit puzzled, even if Zhou Shuming, the thief, looked at himself and didn't like it. You don't have a background, you don't know the rules of the big family. Forget it, I told you, but you may not understand. Anyway, that's all for you. If you want justice, you can join our Mu family. I believe the Mu family is still very talented, Mu Nujio said. Forget it. We will definitely be a family in the future, so there's no need to be so troublesome. Xiao Feng waved his hand and prepared to go find Zhou Guosheng to theory. Upon seeing Xiao Feng's departure, Mu Nujio realized what he meant and angrily chopped her feet, saying, Xiao Feng, you're taking advantage of me again. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. 10. Tianzhi Jiaonu. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10:10. Tianzhi Jiaonu, Theory, Hehe. Xiao Feng will never go into theory in his lifetime. Xiao Feng is well aware of the cruelty of this world. Although this is a magical world, many terrible relationships still remain unchanged. Those who are like rulers, towering above others, can make themselves go with just one sentence. Even if one is an excellent student. Ordinary people struggling at the bottom can only see the faces of their superiors. Destiny is still tightly held in the hands of these wealthy and privileged individuals, being manipulated at will. There seemed to be something surging violently in my heart, and my fists were tightly clenched, slamming heavily against the pale walls. Xiao Feng dared not take risks, nor could he. He knew that going there was also a futile effort. Without background and influence, it is still difficult to have a place in this magical world. Although they have unique talents and systems, they can still be contested by various aristocratic families, and if they cannot maintain their own lives, they will also suffer damage. Perhaps there is someone who can help oneself. Teacher Leng Qing has a wide range of knowledge, maybe she can help herself. Xiao Feng knew about his current situation and quickly sought help. Professor Leng Qing is the first choice for Xiao Feng. When Professor Leng Qing was willing to lend Xiao Feng money, Xiao Feng established a deep trust between teachers and students with him. Teacher Leng Qing, are you available? Xiao Feng dialed Teacher Leng Qing's phone number. At work, you can talk about anything. If you're talking nonsense again, hang up the phone. A cold and elegant voice drifted over, which made Xiao Feng couldn't help but imagine the state of Professor Leng Qing's diligent work in the office. If it were a scene from a movie, Xiao Feng would pass without hesitation. My exam results have been tampered with, always ranking first, and this time ranking third. I don't know what to do now, I can only call Professor Leng Qing. Xiao Feng pretended to be a pitiful student. Are you sure? Upon hearing that it was the exam result, Teacher Leng Qing seemed a bit serious. The annual assessment is the key point, and surprisingly, there will be people tampering with it. It's absolutely true, I've always scored perfect on exams, Xiao Feng nodded heavily. Okay. Let me check it out. Hanging up the phone, Xiao Feng was pondering in his heart. How should Master Leng Qing solve his problem? Forget it, I will be content lately. Quickly, the next day, Xiao Feng leisurely rushed from the dormitory to the playground. Because today's test is no longer purely theoretical, but testing the magic cultivation situation over the past year. However, as soon as Xiao Feng arrived at the playground, he ran into a familiar person who Xiao Feng had met yesterday, and it was Zhao Manyan. Brother, it's you, then let's go to the playground together, said Zhao Manyan with a mischievous smile on his face. Xiao Feng agreed and chatted aimlessly with Zhao Manyan. Brother, did you know that there will be a goddess at school today? Zhao Manyan whispered in Xiao Feng's ear at this moment. Xiao Feng was stunned for a moment. If it were a goddess, Mu Nujio could be considered one, but what Xiao Feng didn't understand was that there was another goddess in the academy today. Listening to Zhao Manyan's tone, she seemed very excited. So Xiao Feng asked curiously, what goddess? Zhao Manyan widened his eyes in anger and said, brother, are you too ignorant? You don't even know about such a shocking event. If that's the case, then I'll tell you something. After a pause, Zhao Manyan said again, it is said that it is a student from Mingzhu University who specifically inspires us. Xiao Feng raised his eyebrows and became interested. According to what you said, that girl must be very pretty. Of course, if Mu Nugio is a warm breeze in summer, then she is the white rose in winter. Zhao Menyan's expression was filled with emotion. Xiao Feng could tell that Zhao Manyan was a legendary figure who had read countless women. Who knew about Zhao Menyan's notebook? How many beautiful girls are recorded on paper? Xiao Feng and Zhao Manyan were the last to arrive at the training playground. Everyone has taken practical classes here, but today it is evident that the venue has been decorated differently. In addition to the semi-curved examiner's table, there is also a floating star-shaped stone. The annual assessment is really simple, just like the awakening at the ceremony. Students just need to place their palms on this huge star-sensing stone, and the examiners can immediately judge the students' cultivation achievements for the year based on the brightness of the star-sensing stone. After returning to the class team that belonged exclusively to Xiao Feng, Ada Tu whispered, why did you mix up with Little White Face? Xiao Feng, you have fallen. Toy boy, oh yes, she was talking about Zhao Manyan, right? Xiao Feng looked at her with some amusement and glanced at the local area of her second largest body cavity. TSK. Saying it as a big rabbit is not wrong at all. Busy, where are you looking? Ada said angrily, then turned to look at the nearby Mu Nugio. You see it. Sister Mu, you can't talk to him again in the future. Upon hearing this, Mu Nujiao was somewhat speechless. It was a very ordinary thing that was mentioned by Adu as if it had something to do with Xiao Feng. Hey, why are you still pushing forward? Why did you cut in the queue? AI Tutu questioned Xiao Feng. Not only do I have to push forward, but I also need to cut in the team. Besides, what's wrong with cutting in? Xiao Feng glanced at Zhao Manyan next to him and said with a smile. Understand. Zhao Manyan immediately understood. For a moment, Adu Tu and Mu Nugio both blushed. Because they understood the meaning of this sentence. Quickly, 3 school leadership level examiners finally arrived. Before the assessment, it is natural for the principal to give a speech, which is done every year. Subsequently, the school board delivered a speech. When Zhou Guosheng walked onto the podium and passionately depicted the bright future of a magician to the students, Xiao Feng couldn't help but laugh in the crowd. Because Xiao Feng knew that it was this intellectually disabled person who changed his grades, and this guy made Xiao Feng feel disgusted. Today is still a very special day. Therefore, we have specially invited a very outstanding female wizard. She was specially admitted to the Pearl School of Witchcraft and Wizardry at the age of 14, and I believe many of you have heard of her legendary story. Yes, she is Ding Yumian. Let's warmly welcome this magical genius who should have been in your class, but she has already been promoted to college. Zhou Guosheng announced loudly. As soon as these words were spoken, the entire playground with over 1,000 people began to stir up. Wow, that's Ding Yumian. I heard her fire talent is simply incomparable, completely overwhelming our peers. I also heard that she successfully mastered the basic fire skill, Fire Z, in just 7 months. It's really unbelievable. Just 7 months. Oh, I've been in school for a whole year now and I've only mastered 6 stars. How could the gap between people be so huge? But these are not the most important. The most important thing is that she is still a beautiful woman. She has both talent and beauty, she is truly the proud daughter of the demon capital. Suddenly, all the students in the school began to discuss, and from everyone's reactions, it seemed that they were not unfamiliar with Ding Yumian at all. They didn't expect to see this legendary magical genius in their annual assessment today. Xiao Feng looked up at the podium. Her hairstyle is intoxicating. Her black hair is as smooth as silk, woven into beautiful mesh braids on both sides, gently covering her smooth long hair. Give people a gentle and virtuous feeling, displaying a noble and exquisite temperament. Xiao Feng was lost in thought. Is what they said true? Obviously not. It's likely because she discovered the uniqueness of her identity or her emotional outburst after losing control. Of course, as the goddess of heaven, she is not wrong either. After all, even Xiao Feng couldn't help but take a few more glances at such a beautiful girl. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. The new book has set sail, thank you for your support. We are seeking recommendations, collections, and all kinds of requests, with no blind spots in 360 degrees. End of this chapter.